Alright then, Kel. I am on Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. In particular, this is the Bowser's Fury part. This is the new bit of the game. So 3D World came out on the Wii U, and it's following the tradition that Nintendo are porting every Wii U game that was worth a damn to the Switch so they can actually sell some copies. But this is a bit of a new part, and it's weird. It's like this weird experimental thing, but just to kind of give you a bit of a tease, because you don't really know much about this. Can you see what we start? This is the very beginning of the game, but can you see where we start? Have you ever seen Godzilla? It's a big ass footprint.
Oh shit.
So,
yeah, I don't think I've heard much about this game, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, so take me through it.
It is weird. It's like one part 3D World, one part Mario Odyssey. So like it's basically using 3D World engine, which I don't think looks quite as pretty as the Odyssey engine, if I'm honest. I think there's a few kind of jagged edges here. It's a little bit flatter textured, but again, it's like an old game at this point. You have all the 3D World moves, so you can do your spin. Although I must admit, I don't think I've ever had a practical use for that. Let me see if I can nail it. There you go. You've got the crouch and jump for a high jump. You can sprint in typical Mario fashion. And this is the very beginning of the game. I think I mentioned that before. But yeah, so you are in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario's in the Mushroom Kingdom, and you get sucked into this alternative world. And ooh, it's all kicking off already. So yeah, this is a really weird, experimental kind of game. It kind of repackages parts of Odyssey, parts of Mario 3D World. It is something that is kind of fun, but is really strange, and we'll get into like we'll probably see a little bit. So this is just the opening. Yeah, the whole thing's a little bit odd. So basically a bit like, I suppose, Mario 64, a bit like Mario Odyssey. You're all about collecting shines, cat shines in this game. Everything is cat themed, and there's not. I've finished this game, so this is me starting again on like just an alternative count. But everything's cat themed, and the general kind of structure of this game is weird. So Mario 3D World is very much a traditional Mario game. You go into levels, you've got an overworld map, you complete a level, and it's usually got some very specific theme, and then you continue on to the next level. This one is open world, in even more so than something like Odyssey. And this is kind of that was a tutorial, but this is kind of the main part of the game. So you've got like these island areas, which are like almost kind of self-contained Mario levels, and each one of them has got a number of cat shines in them and a lighthouse, and there's usually kind of 3 or 4 of these lighthouses spread around one of those central bells, which are all covered in gunk. And you go around getting cat shines, and which purifies the gunk, opening up extra areas and bits and pieces. And every so often, Super Giga Bowser will turn up like that, like Godzilla, and just wreck house. And the idea is you've got to get cat shines to be able to combat him. And this is Bowser Jr. He's obviously very upset. Something's happened to his dad. Bowser Jr. teams up with you, and he's like a constant companion.
So he's good in this one?
I mean, like, you'll see here, basically, he's like, oh, Dad's out of control, I don't know what happened, and Mario's so unimpressed. He did not give a fuck about these people. They're menaces. They're monsters, literally.
He doesn't look like he's believing what he's saying, basically.
No. Mario's had enough of his shit over the years. But yeah, he's like your little constant companion. Even he's like, I would never team up with you, Mario, but shit is getting real here. And Mario's a good guy here. He'll help. He's always like but yeah, Bowser Jr. is pretty good, and I think it should tell me in a second. Yeah, like basically you can say how much should he help you, and you can say like a lot, a little, or you can just basically be it can be just this floating thing beside you. I'll play with a little, and he is quite useful. He'll smash enemies with his paintbrush every so often, collect things for you. He doesn't get in the way though. A second player can play as him.
Ah, okay, yeah.
But I think it's very much in that weird kind of Nintendo co-op fashion that they seem to be getting into these days, where like the second player it's basically aimed at like what feels like a parent playing with a very young child.
Yeah, to make kids feel like they're involved and helping.
Yeah, it's not something that really contributes to the game. But I don't know if you noticed there, them Goombas, they are cat themed as well.
Oh yeah. Okay, I like that.
It's weird.
And the bushes as well.
Everything is. Look, the seagulls are. I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Seagull.
Yeah, look,
Oh,
they got
yeah.
little cat ears. Like,
Okay.
this is a weird thing. So yeah, it's all kind of like seaside themed islands, with cat themed stuff laid over the top of it. So yeah, I mean, so this kind of area is like the first. There's a lighthouse up there. So if you go in there, you go through these archways, and this is the start of a level. So yeah, you
So you
kinda go
follow
through
the
it.
arches.
And it'll give you something a bit like Mario Odyssey. It'll give you like an objective, make the lighthouse shine. So that's probably just get to the lighthouse. But yeah, like it's weird. Oh yeah, you get the cat suit.
Oh, okay.
This is a Mario 3D World thing. So unlike Mario 3D World, the camera is freeform, whereas 3D World it's fixed. So this is again a bit. Oh sugar, they're not. So yeah, the cat suit can climb up walls.
Was that you losing coins when you fell?
No, the coins would have been. Oh my god. Yeah, coins. You pick up 100 coins, and it's a bit like Odyssey. I think instead of losing lives, you generally just lose coins. So these are cat shine tokens. There's 5 in every area, and you collect 5, and you get a cat shine. So they're all worth picking up. Cat suit's pretty good. It's a 3D World edition. So the ones you can get in this game are cat suit, tanuki suit, fireflower suit. Little cats, they just seem to be roaming around here. They just follow you around if you're in a cat suit.
Yeah, I mean, I like how he's on all fours in his cat form.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that's one thing actually. So you can see there's like different power-ups. You get like a storage unit for them in Bowser Jr. He holds them for you, and you can have 5 of every type. So you can have 5 cat bells, 5 big mushrooms, 5 boomerang bro. I don't know what the official name for those ones are. Boomerang bro, a fire flower, and a tanuki suit. And he'll just dole them out to you if you select them, and whatever you've got currently equipped will be stored in your utility belt. So you can kind of hot swap. There we go, see the mushroom just went in there.
Yeah.
So you can kind of hot swap what your abilities are on the fly as long as you collect them. So that's quite like it's a cool, unusual little twist. Oof. So yeah, I mean this is what it is. It's this really kind of peculiar little thing.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it's quite experimental. Is this the main focus out of the 2 games, or is this does it feel a bit tacked on?
This is, I wouldn't say it's tacked on. It feels like them playing around with what they might want to do for a fully fledged Mario game. This feels like a bit like, let's have a look at 3D World's more structured approach, and let's have a look at Odyssey's more open approach, and see if we can hybridize the two in some interesting ways. I don't like this as much as I do Mario Odyssey. It was one of these, by the time I was wrapping it up, and it's only about 4 or 5 hours long, it's pretty damn quick. That you only need 50 shines to complete the game. I say complete, like resolve the story. There are 100 shines overall, so it's a bit like Odyssey where there was like 1,000 or something overall.
Yeah.
And I think by the time I ended the game on like 60 something, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty done with this now. Yeah, this is a Gigabell. There's one in every kind of area, and once you've cleared it, you can use it to fight Bowser more directly. So we need 5 shines, and I'll try and show you what they are. So going through another cat arch. This is like another area. There's more cat girls, and oh, there we go. There's a little shrine show token. There we go.
So is the extent of what we can see sort of? You see the black. Is there any areas outside of?
There is, when I can find the right button. So this is the world map.
Okay, so it's quite big.
It's pretty big. So there's like this cluster of islands. This is the tutorial area basically. There's this cluster of islands. So there's 3 areas here. You go to an area like up here that's slightly bigger in scope, and then the final one is kind of around there. So there's like 3 clusters of islands, but there's kind of stuff in between as well, but it's kind of few and far between, if I'm honest. It's all fairly minor stuff. But it is there. I mean, there's probably a lot of mileage in this game if you really loved it. Oh, right. So this is Bowser is in the middle there. You can see him all the time at what seems like random intervals. It's not a fixed time. I've timed it. As far as I can tell, it comes at different points. But he will pop out of his little shell and just come and wreck shit. So it becomes like this weird obstacle course all of a sudden. And there's always, in every area, there is always these Bowser blocks. And you've got to get him to breathe fire on them. Where the hell is he? Oh shit! Okay, he's somewhere. Is he? There he is. Come on, Bowser. You can't hit me from there. So you got to move.
You're not doing what I want, Bowser.
He does move. Well, at least later in the game he does. I think, I don't know, maybe I'm not far enough along or something, but later in the game he does generally move to try and get you with his direct fire breath. Because he chucks fire like balls from the sky a lot, and when Bowser is present, you see these like kind of molten bricks. Ah, there he is. He's finally come. Come on, Mario. Oh, okay, so there we go, but they're behind there with a cat shine. So if you get a cat shine while he's out, it actually hurts him. And you'll see he's got like this weird persistent health bar above him. And basically the idea is you whittle his health down to a point where he then moves to the next area, opening it for you.
Right, okay.
And there's two ways to do it. There's get cat shines when he's out and about. So it becomes this weird metagame almost where you are trying to time when you get cat shines for when he's out. It's more dangerous and more risky, but it also speeds the process of whittling him down. The other way is use the Giga Bell, but the Giga Bell is currently covered in goop, so we need 5 shines to ungoop it. And that's where the fun begins. Oh god, how do I do this?
Do you now throw boomerangs?
Yes. Oh, that wasn't my boomerang.
Your
though.
boomerang.
Shit. Yeah, that was the idea at least. Right. I'm gonna get the cat one. So there you go, using your little storage. That's a cool idea, because it's open world, you don't always have the power that you want at a given interval. Ah, there's another one. So you can... How do I do this game? Oh, there we go. There we go. You can send Bowser Jr. to paint over these things. And they spit out power-ups. And there's a cat shine token. No, it just fell down. But, yeah, how many have I got of them? I'm probably missing a few. But I'm not here for them. I'm here for the big boy, the big prize. Got to make the lighthouse shine.
So how long do you think it takes to play through?
About 4 or 5 hours to complete it, like to finish the game. I would say maybe double that if you're going for everything. And obviously Mario, very playable. This plays really well. Like this, 3D World in itself is a great game as well. It's very tight, and this is just the same gameplay. But personally, I think by the time I finished, I was like, yeah, I'm probably done with this. I think I've got my fill of what it's got to offer. As I say, this feels like a strange kind of like experiment from Nintendo to say like, is this what the next big Mario game should be? Let's be a bit weird with it, because it is just like this strange little add-on, effectively. I suppose even if this had been a complete disaster, at least, I think there's one back there, yeah, there's a little cheeky one. If this had been a big disaster, well, they could have just chalked it up to, well, it was a weird experiment as part of the anniversary collection. Shine there.
Yeah, I think they do like try new things. Obviously, Odyssey, thinking about it's probably a little bit strange. He just chucks his hat. But it's nice that they try something new.
Yeah, they're definitely not frightened to experiment. I think that's why they get away with releasing, Mario and Zelda ad nauseum as a company. But it does also mean there's some misses. I don't think this is a bad game by any means. It's just not as good as Odyssey was. I mean, I played the shit out of Odyssey. I played so much of Odyssey. It's unreal. And as I say, by the time I reached the end of this, I was like, yeah, this is fun, but I'm kind of done. But I mean, at the same time, this is an add-on to what is considered a very, very good Mario game in 3D World. So you can't really complain too much. How many chance have we got now?
Is that number 5?
If it is, that would be good. There we go. Nice. Got to go to the Giga Bell. Right. This is the. So I said this game's weird. So like cat theme everywhere. Cat theme on the cats on the beach. That's the theme of this game, which is weird in itself. You can run across the water if you get them jump pads. But we need Bowser to show up. Is he starting to? See, like that rotates faster and faster. I think he's going to show up in a bit. But yeah, the theme of it, I don't know if that's what maybe puts me off this a little bit over something like Odyssey, which was very varied. Like every world was different, and if one theme wasn't particularly great, then you moved on to the next. Like this feels like this was probably a theme. Like if they made this a bigger thing, I don't think I'd really want them to be cat themed all the way through. It's just kind of weird.
A bit too much.
It's a bit strange.
Here
if
he
I'm
goes.
honest.
Look.
All right, he's warming up. The spikes are showing. Are
we waiting for him to come before we do the Giga Bell?
Yeah, you can only do the Giga Bell when he's active.
Oh, okay.
And I'll show you the other weirdness of this. Because, I mean, to be honest, this is the game. You move around from, like, area to area, which are kind of self-contained little courses. They do change between getting cat shines. So, like, if I go back into that one over there, it will be slightly different. Oh, and there's that cat shine I missed. Okay, I know where it is now. They alter the more shines you get out of them.
Okay.
So it's good, like it's cool. They're all like nice little Mario levels in their own right. They just happen to be, you're having trouble with one, well, come back later and try it.
There we go. Time for a storm.
There we go. So the Giga Bell awakens.
Did you do that, or did that?
It automatically does once you've powered it up in an area. It'll kind of jump into action, and this is it.
Oh wow.
You become...
Giga Mario.
It goes even further than that. You become Super Saiyan Cat Mario.
Oh wow, he is. Look at his hair.
So if this game wasn't weird enough...
So if you went in your cat suit, would you still become this?
No, you become just Mario, which is why it's even stranger. Like, Super Saiyan Cat Mario is just this self-contained little thing that only belongs to the cat suit. Oh no, I've been bopped into this. Slowly.
Okay, that is cool.
Oh no, he's going to get me. He's oh yeah, you got to jump and he does that as well. And then you got to pop. Yeah, you kind of do enough damage to him, he runs back off. Like, you won't necessarily get him down in like one fight. Oh shit. It generally hinges on how many shines and how much health you've whipped off him already. Like sometimes you might have to fight him numerous times. I mean, it's not too difficult really. Like,
does he get tougher between islands?
Not really. I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's just such a weird mishmash of ideas. Like, you've got Godzilla, fucking Bowser, like emerging every so often. You've got cats everywhere. Everything's like island themed. It's just crazy. I'm saying everything is seaside, like beach themed. It's not actually. Hey, look, a cat rainbow.
Cat rainbow. Of course.
The second islands are like ice, and the third are like volcanic, but they're all kind of island themed still. So it's just strange, man. It's just a weird mix. So I think that's him defeated in the second area over now. So there's the ice themed area. I think that I spent most of the game in the ice area. It seems to be the biggest. Or at least by the time I hit the third. Hey, I can't remember what this guy's called, but I think he's Yoshi's cousin.
We'll find out.
I don't know if it says. Yeah, so gotta get more cat shines. You can really, like, if you just wanted to finish the game and see credits roll, you could fucking speedrun this game. Like, it is not difficult.
Yeah, I mean, what have we been playing? 15 minutes and you're already through the first... I mean, it does look smaller, first area.
It is, but it also took me a lot less time. So, yeah, this is probably the other bit I want to show, because this is how you get around. And it's basically Wave Race, that, like, the old N64 game, or, like, old Nintendo property. Proper drifts, and, yeah, and the music's really good. It's a lot of fun.
It's actually quite big.
Yeah, and he just smashes through everything as well. He doesn't give a shit. He's just here to go. And he, from now on, he will basically follow you around the map and spawn anywhere you go. So if you fall in the water, you've always got a means to get back really quickly. I think this is just literally like defeat enemies. Really the cat suit really easy because you just spam the swipe. Like there's not really any skill to jumping on the heads, you just smash them all.
Can you still jump on the head though?
Yeah, you can, yeah. So like, and you've also got this cool little dive attack. It's a pounce, a kitty pounce.
Cat shine.
Yeah, so I mean, we have seen the very core of what Bowser's Fury is.
Oh, I've noticed you've got the relief.
Yeah, the
Tanuki
Tanuki
leaf?
suit. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, okay, so there we go.
Yeah, so the power of this one is it's the Luigi jump.
Yeah.
Tanuki suit seems to be the one I played with least in this game. Fireflower was always pretty useful. And it's not that Tanuki isn't good, it's just that don't really have... It didn't seem to crop up as much. It has got a little tail whip as well, which is pretty good. Yeah, so I think if you get 100 coins, it gives you a random power-up store. Yeah, you got the boot. I'm sure this is like a Super Mario.
Boot.
I'm sure this is like a Super Mario 2 thing. I can't really remember. So this whole like area is like a bobsled course.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to do this again, and then we're do that. I mean, you can see I'm not a particularly great Mario player, and you can, you son of a bitch. There we go. Oh, come on. There. Oh no. There we go. Jesus Christ.
I mean, are they only 5? Do you have to get them all?
Well, there's always like a collect 5 to get the cat shine. They're cat shine tokens. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, I didn't even go to one of the third area in that first section. So let's crash that. So yeah, this is Bowser's Fury. So this bell probably like says, oh, I need 15 or 15 cat shines, and I'd imagine the last one probably said 25. Because you can kind of, well, it's covered in goop at the moment, so it keeps them secret, but that's kind of what it is. But
so we can see 3 lighthouses there. So
yeah, so this area has four lighthouses. The one we've just come from, and then these 3, and they're all different areas. Yeah. I must admit, one thing that might be worth showing is more of a little handy tip to anyone who is playing. I couldn't work out what the hell to do with this one because it's like a big coliseum, and I just couldn't find a way in. Because the land only goes around like the front half, so if you go around the back, there it is. There's a little opening here. God damn it. Got the Bowser Jr. I pressed the wrong button there, and I've got the Bowser Jr. cursor on. So yeah, that's how you get in that one. Although it does, again, this does change every time you come by, so it's not as like just straightforward. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong thing here. Oh, I picked Katsu, if I'm honest. I probably should have picked Boomerang. There we go. I mean, yeah, this is just Mario nonsense, you know, it's... And then it starts... Oh, Bowser Jr. just flattened him.
Well, he is there to help a little.
He does help a little. I think, honestly, this game would be too easy if he was helping a lot. Like, when he helps, he's generally on point. Like, he knows what he's doing. Oh, no, you can't do that when he's spinning. I'll tell you what makes boss fights easy mode. Either this. Oh god, I'm gonna lose it straight away. Or the fire. Oh, yeah, if you can aim like a shit. There we go. And that's it.
Nice.
So yeah, that's Bowser's Fury. This is literally all you do. You go around at your own pace, at your own kind of direction, and you get cat shines. Yeah, it's good. It's weird, and it's not something. If this had been like Super Mario Odyssey 2, I would have probably been a bit, what the fuck? But as this weird little side experiment, I think it's cool, and I would like to see maybe. I like the idea of this completely open world. It's a little bit more open than Odyssey was, but maybe if you amalgamated the two, you'd get like what the next Mario game should be. But yeah, it's this real strange little curiosity. But it's cool, you know, and I quite like the Bowser Jr. following you around. I say he's pretty damn useful, and it's just like a fun little companion, something a bit different. I like how he's got his magic paintbrush as a bit of a throwback to, I think Mario Sunshine, where he first appeared, I'm going to say.
Right, okay.
So that's cool, but yeah. So yeah, Mario, Bowser's Fury, just this weird, fairly charming Mario side game, but it's cool. And the fact that it's on 3D World, which in itself is a really cool game as well, just a nice little bonus. And it does take the sting out of them charging $60 or £50, £40. $60, usually £50, I think, for us Brits. It does take the sting out of them charging full price for what is effectively a fairly low effort port of 3D Mario World. There's like not a lot changed other than like some things like the run speed and the pace of the game's been increased, but like the content and everything hasn't really changed. So this is a nice little extra, and it is cool. And this is certainly the more attractive of the two packages that they did for the Mario anniversary, with the 3D All-Stars being pretty goddamn lazy by all accounts, to the point where I didn't even end up buying it because yeah, the only game I wanted out of that pack was probably Galaxy, whereas these are like two games that are meant to be good.
Yeah, I mean, what was the pack? Was it just the two other games?
The 3D World, 3D All Stars was 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy.
Right.
So arguably this one is the poor one on paper. Oh, these goddamn rabbits! But in practice, this is probably the cooler of the two packages, and the more like the better value. Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
I mean, how's the replayability? Would you come back?
I probably wouldn't, but I don't think it's got replayability, but the fact that you can complete the game with 50 shines and there's 100 means there's a lot here. And the
Yeah.
fact that 3D World is there and it's still it's a really good Mario game, I think it's fine. I think it's plenty value. But anyway, I'm probably just like mopping up stuff here and kind of spoiling a lot of the ones. But yeah, this is Bowser's Fury. It's weird. I'm not really sure what the whole Bowser's Fury and the big Godzilla Bowser is, but there you go. That's Nintendo for you.